With Donald Trump under increasing threat from this impeachment inquiry, it is perhaps not 100% surprising that lock him up chants have begun. So when one of those starts, how should a candidate deal with it? Here at least is how Elizabeth Warren dealt with it.
There's a lot we need to do, and I understand that Donald Trump and his supporters are getting really nervous, and they have a good reason to be.
Okay, so important context there. It seems like the chant did start because a Trump supporter was where they're not supposed to be, in back of the candidate with a big sign. But I don't care, doesn't matter. It's still a chant. I never liked the lock her up. I don't like lock him up either.
Yeah, we don't gotta. You know
we
what I
don't
mean?
gotta. We could, we don't gotta.
I don't know. There's people that can, like people that you need people out there. I don't know. Do you need an equal and opposite reaction to what Trump has? That's going on the offense, but that also allows him to like kind of in a roundabout way have defined the discussion.
Yeah,
so it's based on his language. I really like and am in favor of pushing the like, oh, he's scared. He's scared.
Which is what she did.
And calmer than you are. Just calmer than you are, buddy. Like, I don't know what, like I can tell very obviously that the president is scared now.
Yeah.
He's really trying.
It's the classic Rocky, at least I ain't breathing heavy.
Yeah, but like also, if you look at the talking points that the president's team has had to push out through Fox, they went through like 10 already since that fail. And now they're trying to push.
They use it and he sets it on fire, so they have to move to the next one.
Right, exactly. So that's why it fails. But now they are just pretty much explicitly staying on Hunter Biden is corrupt. The President Kennedy, the Louisiana Congressman John Kennedy put out a bill recently. He announced that's going to make it illegal for the sons of politicians, the children of politicians, really high up in American politics, to do business with Ukraine.
Yeah.
But it's like if there's
specific,
but it's oddly specific. It like says if you have 5% ownership in a company, you can't do it. But like, I'm for that. I'm for all of that.
See, I think that's incrementalism. That's a half measure. I called weeks ago for politicians to no longer be allowed to have families because it's just trouble, and it should be retroactive, by the way.
But listen, I think there should be a rule saying that like you can't, your kids can't do that kind of stuff. Or at the very least, the Republicans need to acknowledge that if there's any president in the history of presidents who needs to make his like roll boys back off the nepotism argument, it's this one. Because like if you're looking around, Ivanka Trump last year got like something like 36 patents okayed in China,
including against voting machines,
against the backdrop of this trade war.
Yeah.
And all Trump's kids have had millions and millions of dollars in real estate deals because of course they have.
Exactly, and they're getting speeches not because they're fabulous speakers, although I'm sure they are, but because of who their father happens to be. I don't know exactly how we weed this stuff out, but it should 100% be weeded out.
But bringing it back to Elizabeth Warren, like this, what she did is the right thing to do because it is the high ground, but it's still, and it pivots toward a better attack.
Exactly.
Than lock him up, which is their words. It goes toward he's scared.
I agree. So it'll be interesting to see if this happens in the future to other candidates, how they'll handle it. I hope they do with at least as much grace as she did. By the way, just in case, me acknowledging that she did a good thing does not mean that I'm endorsing her for president. I support Bernie Sanders. If you can't take someone talking about another candidate, avoid political media because it's going to be a rough couple months for you.
How's your Elizabeth Warren tattoo doing?
It still itches.
Oh, sorry.
It still itches, unfortunately. Anyway, super fast update too. We're not going to go super in depth here, but we've been waiting to find out how much money she had raised in Q3. I only add this on because last night I did a ton of live videos about Biden and Yang's fundraising. She raised $24.6 million, which is a lot of money, a big jump for her. It is still slightly less than Bernie Sanders. So it looks like, barring Delaney doing a lot better than anticipated, it looks like Bernie has raised the most money once again. So very impressive by Bernie Sanders, but also Elizabeth Warren, that's not nothing. That's $10 million more than Joe Biden.
And her number
That's a Kamala Harris above Joe Biden.
And each quarter, her, as you have it here, but like that you just showed, her number keeps going up and up.
Whereas Biden's has gone down, and the way that campaign finance works, it's probably gonna continue to go down because his donors will have tapped out. His high dollar donors can only legally give so much.
And Bernie's is still a monster, and Bernie does a great job of the subscription model.
Exactly, and by the way, so their numbers are very close, but Bernie Sanders had about twice as many donors.
Right.
That's amazing.
Which makes it even less likely that they'll cap out.
Exactly, yeah, something like 99.9% have not. And so that is a reliable well to draw from for the rest of the primary.
And that's how money in politics should work.
Exactly, it should the only way that it should work. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.